What is up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. It is episode 24 of Supforce Live. We are here going to be getting to know a little bit better one of our ambassadors that we have, TheWolfsRealm. We're going to get some business out of the way first. Of course, if you are new to the podcast, we are Supforce. We are the premier multi-platform, cross-platform, often imitated, never duplicated Supforce family. No matter where you create your contact at, whether it's DLive, Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even Twitter, no matter Facebook, wherever you're at, we will support you no matter where you are. That is our solemn promise that you will get support. All you have to do is just sign up for Supforce by joining our Discord server, going to discord.gg/Supforce. We do have a website. It is down currently because things are getting upgraded, but it is supportforce.co, supportforce.ca, or supportforce.info. So you can, by all means, check those out at any time once the website's back up, which it should be sometime today. And you will get to learn a little bit more about us and also join us with our Discord link as well. I'm sure somebody in the chat will put that up as a link in the chat, and we really would love to have you and join us for a great time. I mean, like I said, it is a family. We like to talk to each other, get to know each other, find out how your day's going. It's not something where it's a lurk for lurk or a follow for follow community. You get out of it what you put into it. If you're going to be in the chat and talk, you're going to get noticed more, and people will come out and see you, and you will get the support that you want. So we really, really would love to have you. By all means, please check us out, and we would love to do that. We just finished one of our tournaments, which was a support tournament. And it was wonderful. We had quite a few turnouts for it. And just to give a little bit of recognition to those people, our number one supporter that won was Spectre Speed, who won a Minecraft key. Second place was Sloppy. And third place was Lucifer Knights. And he won 5,000 XP. And everybody that participated, we want to thank you. QP Kells, Madly, Trucha, Kippener, IVIX, Brose Woods, Kayleigh, Ghost, and Tots. Thank you all for participating in that tournament. We will have announcements on our new tournament soon. We have a channel called Food Force. And currently right now there is a new Food Force food fight that you can get extra bonus XP for. All you have to do is go in there and post about your desserts this week. That is what the challenge is anybody who makes a dessert and whatnot, post a picture in Food Force with hashtag food fight, and you will get extra XP for that as well. Not only that, we also have our art channel, where if you create any kind of art, whether it's coloring, even a doodle, whatever it may be, go into the art channel, post a picture, hashtag art a day, and you can representing their play has to. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought it was just about doing dessert. I apologize. But yeah, it's all pinned into the channel, so make sure you go in there. And like I said, art a day. Make sure you post in there and put it with hashtag art a day, and you can get, I think it's 100 XP every day you can get if you post something different every day and just put hashtag art a day. Along with that, we are here for you in any capacity, no matter what you need. If you just need somebody to talk to, whether we are your final destination or a stepping stone on the way for streaming supremacy, if you will, believe me, we are the community for you. So thank you, everybody, for being here today. Just a reminder, too, is that to start off, we are doing... we're going to get to know Wolf better. We're going to talk to him a little bit in that. I'd like you to save your questions, and I will point out that, okay, everybody start loading up questions. That way no questions get missed. But when we get to the questions section, please @Supforce and then put the question, or @Supforce and put the question. That way it highlights in the chat for me and I can see it and we can get to it and get to know Wolf better. So he is an amazing individual. He's an awesome supporter. He has been, a constant force, if you will, since he's been here. Constantly supporting everybody. I know he supported me, and I love the guy to death. And I'm glad he's a part of our channel, a part of our community, our family, and a part of the ambassador team as well. He is the one, the only TheWolfsRealm. Hey! How are you, Wolf?
How are you guys?
Good, man. Happy to have you here. I'm glad you can make the time to speak with us today and get on the pod.
Thank you.
So I know, people wonder exactly, about ambassadors and what they do. They know Brose and they know you and that. Why don't you first talk to people a little bit about yourself and get them, let them know a little bit about who TheWolfsRealm really is.
Good question. So, hey everybody, I am TheWolfsRealm, or people call me Wolf or Wolfie sometimes. I don't know where that started from necessarily, but people seem to like it. So, TheWolfsRealm, I think, kind of started. I used to be a runner in high school, and my nickname, like on the team, was Will Dog. So I kind of, I guess, morphed that into, upgraded the dog, as you say, to wolf.
Right.
Then I kind of just turned that into my streaming brand and everything, and my store and
Nice.
all that stuff. So
That's awesome. So you were a runner in high school, huh?
yeah, surprisingly enough.
Much like our
not like Jam.
You mean you weren't as fast as Jam was back in your day?
Yeah, probably not.
Oh man. Well, Wolf, let's talk a little bit about you and how you got into gaming itself. What do you know? What was the first video game that you ever played? Do you remember?
Many years ago. Probably like Mario or something, on like Super Nintendo.
On Super Nintendo? That was your first system?
The first one I played on, at least.
Right.
I think I had one somewhere at home. I'm sure I still have it. I don't know if it works anymore, but I'm sure we still have it somewhere.
Gotcha. Well, what is it that you love about gaming itself?
Just gaming, just be able to get out of, the daily life, get over or get through,
Right.
whatever happened that day, or just distract yourself from what's going on. Especially nowadays.
Right. Especially nowadays. That's the thing. Everybody is streaming now, because I know I've seen it in one of the chat channels that we have that I guess like webcams are hard to come by right now too. Like they're selling out everywhere because everybody's obviously needs to do video conferencing and stuff for school and whatnot, but also teleconferencing for people working from home, and then everybody and their mother is a streamer now.
Oh yeah, it was that way when I was trying to get my headphones even.
Right.
Like the ones I have now, it's like I had to order them on Amazon. Surprisingly, they had them.
Yeah.
But I had to get like a refurbished one because they weren't gonna be able to be even sent out for like 2-3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's nuts that you go toilet paper, hand sanitizer, hand soap, and podcast equipment.
Yeah.
I mean,
everything to stay at home.
Right. It's unbelievable about all that. What put you into streaming? Was it can you just what was your thought process when you decided that you were going to start streaming?
I mean, it's kind of like a hobby in a sense, but it'd be nice to have the income from it, but I know that's not gonna happen for a while.
Right. Everybody wants to be Ninja.
Yeah, right.
Give me the Red Bull deal. I'll make sure that over here on the side I'll have the cooler and everything.
I'll have everything. That
right.
You want me to have on this.
No, exactly. So So Wolf, with you, outside of gaming and support force and whatnot, what does Wolfie like to do for fun?
As gaming. uh, I mean, lately, kind of just been hanging out with Netflix, and since we really can't do much, but
Right.
I used to when we used to me and my parents we used to live in Alaska. We had like kayaking and all that stuff. That's also when I was a runner because I was most of my high school was in Alaska.
Gotcha.
So I
Hold
was
on.
kind of like all that stuff that was fun, even though me and my dad's kayaking expedition was a little interesting in the fact we kind of had to cut it short.
Right. Right. What? So you're an outdoorsy type, I guess. From growing up and everything.
I mean, I like to be.
Yeah. Do you
I
hunt
don't always
at
feel
all?
like it, but
Did you ever hunt?
uh, not officially. Not
Not officially.
officially.
We won't get into any more of that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows if DNR people are watching and whatnot. Once this goes on YouTube, you never know.
No kidding.
So what you say you like to kayak and that. Have you ever because what state are you in? I won't ask town or anything like that, but what state are you in?
Ohio.
Ohio. So you probably know, you ever gone tubing, and not tubing in the sense of pulling behind a boat or anything like that, but like the tubing like we do here in Michigan, where you lay in an inner tube and just float down the river with like a cooler next to you.
Not like that. I mean, I've done like a water park, but that's probably not the same thing.
No,
Sort of the same thing, but not. No, I have not done that for sure.
Crown knows what I'm talking about. You just go in Michigan. There's like tons of like rivers and stuff that you can just float. You just lay in an inner tube and just float and just have the cooler right next to you. That's all you do.
Sounds like fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun with all the water that's around.
Except for me, depending on how sunny it was, it wouldn't be good
Just got to get that SPF 200 on,
Yeah. SPF Scottish.
Right. So you were mentioning Netflix and everything. What is there anything that you're binging on right now, or that you have binged on?
Everything.
Yeah.
Man, I kind of like the sci-fi,
Uh-huh.
fantasy kind of stuff a lot. Sometimes there's some documentary things.
Are you a Altered Carbon fan?
I started it, then other episodes of other shows came out, so it's like, put this over here for now.
Right. Yeah, we started. Well, I mean, it's not sci-fi, but we started Parks and Rec, and we're into the 5th season now out of 7, and we started it last weekend, so we've been powering through a lot of it. And then we also started up Ozark finally, so we.
It just keeps popping up in my list. Like,
yeah,
I haven't really got into it yet.
But. It's good. It's definitely good. It's definitely a different. Oh God, screw you, bro! A free Joe Exotic. there's no doubt that guy is guilty of everything and anything.
I sadly had to watch that at work because the one guy was bored and he pulled up Netflix, and I had to forcefully be watching that. So.
What's your like top 5 movies of all time that you have?
That I have or I watch?
Well, that you've watched, that like they're yours. Like those are your movies.
I mean, like the Lord of the Rings and Matrix movies.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the fact that a long time to sit there, but because there was a few years when I used to do like more like Christmas and stuff that my parents, we would like Christmas Eve, we would start one of those trilogies, at say 8 or 9 o'clock, and watch it all night, stay up all night, watch it. Right. And then right after we would like open presents and stuff because it was technically Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So then we could like sleep in and not have to worry about, hey, you guys like phone calls from grandparents and stuff or family. It's like, you guys open presents yet? You guys open presents yet?
Oh yeah.
No. Well, maybe because we did. And we're not answering the phone till like noon.
Now you mentioned the Matrix trilogy. Well, it's not actually a trilogy because there is the Animatrix that's involved in there too as well.
The main Matrix trilogy, yeah.
But
Yeah, I have that whole set, but still.
are you as pumped as I am about the new one that they're filming?
Actually, I haven't heard of that one, so that's
You don't know that they're doing a fourth Matrix?
No,
Oh yeah, they're already been filming it and everything too.
with a lot of the main people still, or
Carrie Ann Moss and Keanu are in it.
nice.
Yeah, hell
Reloaded.
yeah, says the Matrix reloaded.
Re.
Are you Lantern? You didn't know that they are making a fourth Matrix. It's
I
like
didn't know that either.
actively in production right now. Like I've seen the videos of
Sweet.
Keanu and everything on the street, filming it and everything. Like him and Carrie Ann Moss are together in it again. So
Cool.
yeah, Neo and Trinity are together.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of the loop with movies and stuff, unless they happen to show up on Netflix or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting, Crown, because he basically. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the third Matrix movie, I mean, come on, but that he's just gone. But then he's around. But like they said, like the Oracle said, it's a constant thing that just keeps happening over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. So it's you're right. It's gonna be interesting to just see where they go with it.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Especially with the technology now.
Yeah. Oh, for real. It's unbelievable.
How old is that? Like 10,
God, how long?
15 years.
How long ago was that? Let's see. The Matrix came out in 1999.
Jeez. So 21 years.
Right. And then you got The Matrix Reloaded, which was 2003.
That was a long lifetime ago, man.
Yeah, Matrix Reloaded was 2003. Because
so like 20 years ago.
What was the second one? It was The Matrix. What the hell was the second one called?
It's probably been like.
Was it just The Matrix 2?
I watched it.
I
don't remember. Quick, what's the last one? I think it's the first one, Taurus.
What the hell was it? Oh, damn it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, see, I just saw the story. It says The Matrix 4 hoping for early July return to production. So they had to halt it, obviously, because of, the quarantine and everything. Shoot. Come on. What the hell was it?
Yeah, Reloaded and Revolutions.
It's Revolutions. Okay, so when the Revolutions came out, that had to be Revolution. That was 2003. That's weird.
Still about 20 years though.
Yeah, still, but like you said,
20 years. It's been a while.
the technology, like you said, that they have now, the green screens, everything else is going to be amazing. Just the motion capture and everything. No, they haven't said what it is, Mamba. They didn't say. It just says The Matrix 4 right now. There's no title yet on it, because
figure it out.
It's only one of the Wachowski's sisters, since they actually had they went full sex change, both of them, from the brothers to sisters.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for that, and I'm a sucker too for Bill and Ted, and I know that they're making a third Bill and Ted movie too as well, with them as being older.
Naturally.
But they're doing all that kind of stuff because they're actually. I saw another thing that they're coming out with Legally Blonde 3, and that Reese Witherspoon already signed on to do it. Who doesn't have it? What? Yeah, they had the two films of Bill and Ted. Then they're coming out with the third one. They've Keanu already announced it with the guy who played Bill. I don't know who it is. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. The one that I heard that I'm glad that they're not doing now is the Goonies remake. That that would be terrible if they redid Goonies, because
Extra Goonie.
that thing holds a special place in my heart from my childhood, and you can't redo that movie unless you had everybody to come back and reprise their roles and it not be a remake but actually like a sequel.
Right. Like everybody's older.
Right. Like it's their kids and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Crown, if I wouldn't get banned on Twitch, I would do the Truffle Shuffle. I should make that like a 50,000 channel point redemption to do the Truffle Shuffle on stream. So, what's your top 5 TV shows that you love?
House MD is one of them, because he's just kind of my kind of humor, I think, because he's like direct but sort of sarcastic in the same way.
Right.
Top 5. It's too many. There's a lot of shows.
Well, I noticed that
House and like the original CSI was good.
Uh-huh.
Like the Vegas one.
Okay.
There's a Shooter or something that was on Netflix.
Shooter was.
I think it was Shooter.
That was the one that was the continuation of the movie that Mark Wahlberg did, right?
I think Snoop is not Snoop. Wow.
Wasn't
I think it's Shooter.
Ryan Felipe in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. And then House, I always quote House about one thing, is like, especially, me when I had my job and worked in IT, is one thing I always told people is like, I always go back to what Dr. House said, is no matter what they tell you, everybody lies.
Right.
It doesn't matter what they tell you, everybody lies.
That's all that Lie to Me show too.
Yeah, you sit there because you'll sit there and ask them, "Did you reboot your computer?" Yeah, I rebooted it, and it's like, "Okay, well, reboot it one more time." Well, I just did it. I'm like, "Okay, but just do it one more time for me."
Make sure.
And then it works miraculously. It's like you didn't reboot it. But yeah,
are you sure you did this? No.
I always use that line. Everybody lies. It doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter your grandma or whatever. Everybody lies.
But and it's weird how you do that to your doctor, somebody trying to help you. It's like, wouldn't you want to tell them everything that could be related to what you might or may not have?
Right. Well, they should just bring Dr. House and try to figure out this whole Corona thing. He'll be done with it, within a week.
Maybe.
Panic. Yeah, it's a little bit of it is people get so shy, but I think more of it is people get embarrassed more than shy. Yeah.
True.
Exactly, Crown. So I noticed,
like, well, either you're shy and you have pride, or you're gonna be sick till you just naturally get over whatever wrong with you.
So I see that you have is that a Broncos jersey hanging up behind you?
Yeah.
Are you a Broncos fan?
Yeah, kind of indirectly. My dad was.
Okay.
So
is that an Elway jersey? I don't remember what number he wore. Who is that?
He was 7. I think it's Cutler.
Oh.
While he was there. For the brief time he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, the brief time he was there, because didn't he get traded to Chicago after that, or did he sign with Chicago?
I don't even know.
I'm pretty sure that's where he went afterwards. Oh, Jesus, Taurus, go Raiders.
Naturally.
So you're just indirectly a fan because of your father?
Yeah, pretty much. I really, I don't think, because where I was actually born didn't have the state I was born didn't have I don't think has a football team.
Where were you born at?
Kentucky.
Okay. No, they don't. I mean, other than
college,
right. Other than University of Kentucky and Louisville.
Right.
No, that sucks, man. That's one of the things why I like.
So I kind of I had to find something to adopt.
Yeah.
So my dad was already one. So.
Well, I mean, I'm in Michigan, so with the Detroit Lions, I have to find another team to adopt, anyways. It's so bad,
Yeah.
But it just sucks, because I've been a fan of the Lions, and I always will be. You know, deep down in the heart. But it's one of those things where they shoot themselves in the foot so many times that it's ridiculous to even keep on rooting. And like you sit there and I don't have any hopes at the start of the season, but if it happens, it'll be great. But it sucks.
Keep your expectations somewhat low enough.
Yeah. Like these people that we always joke about that people drink the Kool-Aid here, and that it's people are drinking Detroit football makes us stronger. No, Detroit football makes us drink, Lightyear. You know that. That's what it does. Because at the beginning, right like this time, or what it was right before the draft, is the best time of the year to be a Detroit Lions fan, because you're like, there's so much hope about what's going to happen with the draft, and it's going to happen. It's going to get us over the top. And then we're always disappointed in what happens. It just sucks. So, Wolf, what are some of your, well, first of all, I see that it looks like you like Jameson in the background.
Yeah.
I see 2 bottles of Jameson. Is that your drink of choice?
Scotch.
Yeah.
In general. So Jameson's usually cheaper.
What's your go-to Scotch? I mean, obviously, we're not going to go into like the $200, $500 bottles or anything like that. But like on a budget, you're just running up to the liquor store to grab a bottle. What is it that you're going to grab?
I mean, lately I've been doing the Talisker stuff, which is like the one bottle that's back there in the tube that I haven't opened yet.
Okay, because that looks like I was going to sit there and say, is that Kraken? Because the way it looked and everything it's
actually a special edition from them for Game of Thrones.
Okay, that's pretty
it's
sweet.
One show I haven't really started. I've started watching that show, but I haven't finished it.
Oh man. Especially you being a Lord of the Rings fan.
I'm behind a lot.
You need to get caught up on Game of Thrones, like bad, because it is amazing.
That requires having HBO.
Except, well, they got the new HBO Max that's coming out, where you can stream all their stuff. That's another streaming service, which I have. Taurus, oh my God, stop what you are doing. Yep, sorry.
It's like overdone.
All right, everybody. Podcast is over. See you later.
Right.
Yes, Lantern. The last episode was stupid. The way they ended it was not great at all. It was not. And there was even I think a petition for people to. I think there was even a Kickstarter for people to pitch in money to get them to redo the entire last episode, just to redo it.
Really?
So, oh yeah, it was.
Jeez.
It was terrible, but.
It's just like that new Sonic movie that I haven't seen either.
That was good.
Like everybody complained about it. It's for them to redo the animation.
Yeah.
Or whatever for it.
No, it was good. It was. I was happy that they redid Sonic as a character and didn't make him look so human, because I think I said it on the last podcast, is that what he looked like the kid that turns into a monkey in Jumanji, the actual first movie. That's what Sonic looked like to me.
But I haven't seen that one. They actually put it out before they.
No, when they did the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what put everybody up in an uproar.
Complained about it.
Yeah, when they did that, it was like, no, yeah, Lantern Sonic on crank. Yeah, it looked like a drug-induced Sonic the way it looked, man. The teeth and everything. It was like he had human teeth. It was just weird, and it was a long body.
Would be weird for a hedgehog to have.
What was that? I'm sorry.
So it would be weird for a hedgehog to have human teeth.
Yeah, and like I said, it just didn't look like Sonic at all. I mean, I understand that you can't get him, you don't want him to be cartoonish, but at the same time, you don't want him to be a human. And that's what it looked like. He looked like a human hybrid of a hedgehog and a human that Dr. Robotnik did in his damn lab.
Jeez.
And I thought Carrie was good as Robotnik too. And the whole thing was like, everyone's like, "Oh, he's got hair. Robotnik doesn't have hair." Well, it's like this is when Robotnik first meets Sonic, so he didn't look like Robotnik at that time. So you get your Robotnik by the end of the movie. So, but it was good. Yeah. No, and I know we're getting off on a tangent, but Lantern just said Looney Tune back actions. It's CGI. They should have done. Speaking of Looney Tunes, the fact that they're redoing Space Jam as well with LeBron James is like,
Jeez.
come on. That's part of it, though, is Hollywood can't come up with their own ideas anymore.
All right, they have to redo stuff.
Taurus, I'm not okay with it. No, I'm not okay with it either. I think it's dumb. You don't want to remake Space Jam. It was just, at that time, was just awesome. So,
Right.
and it was funny because, like, I loved basketball during that time of Michael Jordan and all that, and especially with me being from in the Detroit Pistons era with the Bad Boys and all that. Going through all that, I watched we watched all of the Michael Jordan documentary series that they did, and they talked about Space Jam, and that was when Michael Jordan was coming back, and they said part of his deal was they had to make a huge tent and put a full size basketball court there so he could practice while after he was done shooting. And they said he would film for 12 hours, and then after the 12 hours, he would go right into the tent and then play basketball for another 4 hours.
Jeez.
And he actually, it was funny because he was away
from a long day.
Yeah, he was away from the game for a year and a half, and he would bring all of the superstars over. So he'd bring in Juwan Howard, he's bringing out Patrick Ewing, Magic would come over and play, and he would bring all these guys in, and he would start learning about what they were doing just by playing on the court with them in pickup games. So is pretty interesting to see all that too. And Lantern, you're gross, man. Girl Bunny was hot. So do you have any other passions, Wolf, or anything that you do in your life that people might not know about? Collecting or anything?
It's a good question. Not really collecting much. I used to have like baseball cards and stuff when I was a kid, but they don't really do that anymore. I still have them all, so who knows what kind of a stash that is now, but
yeah. I have in my basement here, I have boxes that I probably should go through, and I have old baseball cards. I'm pretty sure I have like a Ken Griffey Jr. Rookie card, which
nice.
Which would be pretty
a lot.
Yeah, would be pretty awesome. So, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and start lining up questions. So if people have questions, go ahead and start putting them in the chat. Madly says, anything you would like to try? I don't know if she means by
try what?
Hobbies or anything like that. Is that what you mean, Madly? Is any kind of hobbies or anything?
In general, everything?
Right. Not sure about that.
I guess that I used to be like a...
Yes, hobby. She says, any hobbies that you would like to try?
Besides being better at art, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't compete with some of the artists in Supforce, but
right. But nothing that you've always sat there and said, man, that would be kind of cool to do.
I don't know, like space stuff. I used to be like I did have a telescope, or do have a telescope. I used to do that. Would have liked to have done that more, but when you move to cities that it's not the best place anymore, it's kind of like, why do I still have this anymore?
Right.
I can't. I live too close to any, the stars of the Earth to.
Oh yeah, I used to love astronomy. I would my favorite trips were going to the planetarium and everything, and doing all that from we have Science Center downtown, and my middle school that I went to actually had its own planetarium, and I when they said, okay, today we're going to the planetarium, it was like, yes, that's the best time, the best trip is to just go to the planetarium when I was younger.
I think I went to one of those because Columbus has COSI,
right?
The Central Ohio Science Institute, I think is what it stands for.
Okay.
I think they have like a mini planetarium kind of deal in there, which was pretty cool.
Gotcha. Dizzy wants to know, what's your favorite food?
Food, besides all of them. Specifically, I guess like Chinese food, because I like dumplings.
Okay.
And I know how to make them because when I went to when I went to Wittenberg University in Springfield, Ohio, I I was in like the East Asian Studies program, like at the end before I
Okay.
did all the other stuff that I was doing.
Right.
That one of the like late, I guess, or whatever they call older professor type deals that was there. I mean, obviously he was older, but
Right.
he was like a dumpling master, I guess.
Okay.
Or however he become one of those, but
Yeah.
so he like taught a bunch of us how to make them. So that was cool. So I know how to make those. And then I
Gotcha.
brought it home. And then I brought it home to my parents, and we would like make those like New Year's Eve and stuff and
Yeah.
everything.
No, that's awesome. So, what besides dumplings? What's your like? Let's just say what's your go-to main entree for Chinese food?
For Chinese food.
Like I know mine's beef and broccoli or beef chow mein. Those are my two go-tos.
Well, besides dumplings, I'll usually like my test of like a Chinese place will be like the dumplings, their hot and sour soup, and like their house fried rice. We know it's like the most simplest things, but like that's how I figure if I want to try
Right.
something else, just how those what I consider their staple things are.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do this? If it's good, then yeah, maybe I'll try something else next time.
Well, there's, like you said, it's the basic things. Like for me, it's their fried rice because a lot of places, for some reason, their fried rice gets greasy, and I like when the fried rice is not greasy. That's
Right, that helps.
you know. And the
I mean,
other
it has to be
thing,
a little bit greasy, but not. You can
right?
like kind of control that a little bit.
Yeah, and then wonton soup for me. Like the wonton soup has to be on point because I've had some where like there's one that's I literally drive 30 to 40 minutes for Chinese food because it's that good for my wife and I. And the wonton soup is phenomenal. It's so good, and their egg rolls are good. Like we'll go there on Super Bowl Sunday, and we're always in charge of bringing egg rolls, and we'll buy like 25 egg rolls and just bring them as appetizers to the party in that. But it's egg rolls, wonton soup, and fried rice for me.
Pickles are good too.
Yeah, because usually if they get those three right, then the rest of it's really it's
Right.
good.
You can try something else.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, Dizzy wants to know: will you make a video of yourself making dumplings?
Hmm. I don't know. I don't really have the kitchen space in this apartment to do that. Honestly,
Set up a table.
I could clear off the dining room table.
Right.
I guess. I
Um,
don't even know if there's even any videos of us making those that day. That would be interesting.
and Peace wants to know: do you watch anime?
Not really. I mean, I used to because I was in the East Asian Studies program, so
Yeah.
it was kind of like some of the clubs I was in. They would have anime stuff.
Okay.
I would just kind of go because some friends I'd made there would kind of make you go, but
Right.
some of it, most of the time, I was just kind of going for the language of any of it, really, more than the story.
Right. So, in your Asian studies class or your Asian studies, did you ever go overseas?
No, not for that.
No.
I wish. That cost too much extra money. I was already paying a lot at that school, so
Right.
really didn't have.
You would hope it would be a benefit to having the class. Oh, you get to go to
Right.
you get to go to Japan or China or something.
I wish. Someday I'll go to China.
I'll ask it before it's asked, Rabble, if you're out there. I'm going to preface this question by saying, besides a wolf, what animal what animal would you be and why?
Besides a wolf, obviously. Probably a bald eagle.
Really?
Besides the fact it's an American bird, but just where they live, it's like when you ever see any like the National Geographic things of them, is where they live, the craziest places they live,
Right.
way up, in the clouds. Really, sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's an
the
awesome
best
answer
views.
too. I don't think anybody's ever said a bald eagle or anything like that. Anything close to that. I mean, they said bird and that. I think I said a bird, but dude, saying a bald eagle, Let me tell you something, everybody. The Wolves Realm, he is patriotic AF. Let me tell you. And then follow-up question is, Taurus wants to know, why would you be a wolf too, since that's obviously your spirit animal?
Why would I want to be a wolf? Besides, why not? But just kind of how their group system is, like their family, essentially.
Right.
Because there's like the one picture I saw of, Lantern of the Pack. They're a pack. But like, there's one picture that I don't know if it's true or not, but it was like how they, go through, how they go places.
Right.
They'll have the, main body of the pack in the middle of their line. They'll have the weaker ones up front.
Right.
So they control, weaker or older or whatever. They'll have those up front, but then the leader will be way in the back, watching everything.
Yeah.
Just how they have that, if that's true, how they are or not.
Yeah.
Or just so somebody wanted to make a picture of it, but
I had a boss of mine at 2 jobs ago where he loved wolves so much that he would go to Yellowstone and photograph them and everything else. And I think one Christmas we all chipped in and paid for him to go to some, God, I want to say it's Indiana. It's either Indiana or Illinois, to go to, it's not a wolf farm, I guess a wolf sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Yeah, and he got to,
that'd be cool.
Be around wolf cubs and that, and actually be around wolves and like get up close and take pictures of them. And he said it was like the most surreal experience that he's ever had. And he literally goes to Yellowstone and will be there by himself. He'll camp out there and everything, right, and be by himself and take pictures and everything. Yeah. So, and he says
Yellowstone's fun too.
I told him, I said, you dated girls and everything. You ever thought about taking them? He goes, no. He goes, they'll ruin it for me. He goes,
that's for him.
Bringing anybody will ruin it for me because they just don't understand it. He takes pictures of all the wildlife and everything, and he would always make calendars every year of all of his photographs from Yellowstone. It was pretty cool. So yeah, I definitely understand based on talking with him about how awesome wolves are too in general. DJ wants to know your favorite car and why.
Favorite car? The ones that work for me, I guess. Yes. It's a good question. There used to be I used to like the Nissan Frontier trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's a truck, but more of the body of a truck, not necessarily the capacity of a truck. Because some of them have stunted to the size of a car, but they're still a truck.
Right. They just threw a bed on the back of it just to say it's
threw
a truck.
A cargo box on the back of a cab,
like the Hummer truck.
Yeah.
Or the Jeep truck that they have, the Gladiator.
Yeah.
And Brose now. Here we go. Something random. Do you like candles? And if yes, what's your favorite scent?
That's definitely random. Candles, huh? Probably like apple or cherry stuff.
Okay.
I think. I don't know a specific candle because I haven't bought a candle in years, so. I do have, not to be, related to the wolf stuff, but I do have forest ones sometimes.
Right. Well, I like more of the clean smells, like when you get the fresh linen and things like that, or Midsummer Night's Dream from Yankee Candle, name drop.
Yeah.
Those kind of smells are the ones that I like myself. That's like, even picking out cologne, I like a clean smelling cologne or even deodorant. I don't like anything that's really perfumey where it's scented a certain way. I just like stuff that smells clean,
Right. Like the generic clean smells or
whatever. Right. And
what's a clean smell? That's the real question.
Well, it's just what's pretty much ingrained in your head. Some people might think it
smells clean to you.
Some people might think cat piss smells clean because they're used to it all the time.
Yeah, right.
Medley wants to know, if money wasn't an issue, you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Just one place?
Just one place.
Probably Scotland.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
I'm
right.
from
We
there.
got to talk about that. I totally forgot about that.
Well, not me personally, but you know.
We need to talk about that.
So I think I brought that up in your stream.
Yes, you did. That's why we got to talk about it, because it's about my very favorite movie of all time.
Yep.
So my favorite.
I guess that's one of my movies too, to the list of my movies.
So for anybody that doesn't know, we talked about this. Yes, you missed the animal question, Rabble. Of course you missed the animal question. I'll recap it in a second, but real quick. So for me, one of my favorite movies of all time is Braveheart, and I love the movie. I love the story, and yes, I know it's embellished. And Wolf and I actually had a conversation about this, that it's embellished, and that it's not, what it actually is or anything, but the overall,
it's a lot nicer than what actually happened.
Right. So Wolf decides to drop a bomb in my chat and tell me that he is a direct descendant of William Wallace. And
indirect, I guess, technically, but
wow, I was lost my shit. You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! So, would you like to explain the story about this? About you being, how you're related in the William Wallace family tree.
So, I mean, I'm related to William Wallace, and I'm named after him. My first and middle name is William Wallace, if you didn't know. That's through my mom, then grandpa, and then I don't know what the rest of that, but up to technically not directly related to William Wallace, but since he didn't have kids, he was, obviously he was killed, but he didn't have kids, so I'm our family, or my mom's side of the family, is related to his brother, and so yeah, that's.
So he's basically a great 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 great
yeah,
great great uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
how many generations that even is for him.
That's pretty awesome. But I would definitely
know that.
I would definitely have that on my resume, saying that I am related to William Wallace. So, and I don't care if they made me yell freedom. I would yell freedom in the middle of the interview too.
That's why I like doing that in chat sometimes when I get off of work.
Oh no, it is amazing that when you told me that story, and I was just like, yes. Rabble, just so you know,
700 some years ago,
he stated that I asked him what his favorite animal would be outside of a wolf, since we all know he loves wolves, and he had stated the bald eagle because of where they live, and where they live in the clouds and things like that. And besides it being, basically all-encompassing America, so I proclaimed the Wolf's Realm as patriotic AF. And then he also stated that the reason why he loves wolves is because, a new choice for the book is exactly, Rebel. I said that too. I said nobody said a bald eagle, and the pack mentality and everything for wolves, is why he loves them, and they're just awesome creatures in general too. One game for the rest of your life, every single day. What game are you playing from Brose?
I don't know. I don't really like shooter games that much, but I try to sometimes.
Right.
I tried to play that Warzone for the first time yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
With my roommate and one of our old district managers where we used to work. So yeah, that was okay, but definitely don't want to play that for the rest of my life though. Probably like a simulation farming, like the farming games, farming type games and stuff. I could probably play those for years if I really wanted to.
Now, do you play only on PC or do you play on console too?
Only PC right now.
Okay.
Because I did find my PS3, but I don't know where my controller is for it. So
I gotcha. Okay.
It's all mostly updated.
Right.
So I mean,
right.
From last time I used it was probably 3 or 4 years ago. So
right. Well, now what you should do, honestly, is sign up for. I know you don't have an Xbox, but you can sign up for Xbox Game Pass for PC because that's what I use. That's how I'm playing Alien Isolation.
I tried that when I tried to play Rocket League. I think QP that one time. It was like, nope, no, didn't work. So
because they have Farming Simulator 17 on there, which Rabble and I played one night too.
I've tried one of those before, and I was like, this is too much farming. It's like actually like farming. It's like I kind of like the the RPG type.
Yeah.
Still doing,
give me my Farmville on my phone.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta come back in a half hour to harvest my crops. Okay, cool.
Yeah, or like 24 hours if you want more money.
Brose, I play FPSs every day, and my FPS skills are still no bueno. Are you kidding me, Brose? Yeah, that is definitely not true.
Surprisingly, at least I got a kill of the whole time we played, so that's good.
Well, I'm, shameless plug. I'm working on my Call of Duty Warzone kill video for my YouTube channel, and I was going through them, and then I was like, as I'm going through my clips and everything, I was going through I have a series of like 5 clips from the same game, and I was like looking at it, and I finished second and got 7 kills. I'm like, damn, that's a pretty good game for me. 7 kills.
Yeah, right. 7 kills out of however many times you did get killed.
Once, because I got sent to the gulag once in that game. But, is there anything that's coming out in the future here that you're looking forward to playing?
Jeez, like I said, I'm behind in a lot of stuff. So
yeah,
like movies and TV shows, and I keep trying to keep track of, like, I used to play Harvest Moon a lot because obviously it's a farming game.
Right.
So I would play those. I would always try to get those like religiously there for when they first came out. But then it's like they kind of stopped making it because the company like changed hands, I guess, and then that creator for that series didn't like it anymore.
Okay. Or
didn't, couldn't keep going for whatever reason. So then I kept trying to get like an online version of it. It'd be cool to have like a MMO type of deal. I guess kind of like Farming Simulator. I don't know if that's MMO at all, which would be interesting. Have like, everybody can help out and do everything.
Yeah.
Kind of like Minecraft, I guess sometimes, but.
Right. Taurus has already said more WoW with her.
We still have to. I sent you. We are friends on there now, Taurus. So it's okay. Pretty much.
Right. Please, everybody, if you have more questions, go ahead and put them out there. And yep, I literally just said that in Sloppy Stream. It's my goal to get every member of Supforce to play WoW. Yeah, if anybody has any more questions,
if you don't mind playing with a consistently level 20 character, because it's free.
Yeah. I think if you're consistently level 20, you won't be raiding, right, Taurus?
Right.
Which I would love to get up to that. Lantern says, "Yo, what's 2 + 2?" 5. Or is it 22?
What math you're trying to use?
Right. So I'll go back to something here real quick, because you said you were born in Kentucky. So how did Wolf get from Kentucky to Ohio?
That is a long journey.
Well, you can summarize it for us. We can have cliff notes.
I mean, I can go through all the states if you want.
Go for it. I would love to hear all the states.
Well, since my dad was in the Coast Guard, so we obviously had to move around a lot. So I was born in Kentucky, went to Tennessee, born in Kentucky. Within however long, we went to Tennessee, and then New York for a little bit, but I was a kid, so I don't remember much of that. So states are Kentucky, Tennessee, New York, Alabama, Alaska, over there. Way over in Alaska from Alabama. That's quite the trip. California, back to Alaska, and then Ohio, California twice actually. But
Back there and back there. Okay. Jesus, man. So
actually, no, it was California, Alaska, or Alaska. Yeah, because we went to like California and then like Alaska twice.
Okay.
Like 2 different cities. So it was, but basically Alaska and California. It's kind of the same area.
Gotcha.
And then to Ohio for because Cleveland is a Coast Guard base.
So what? How long were you in Kentucky for? Do you remember?
Like 6 months probably.
Okay.
Because I was in the hospital after I was born for a while. So.
Because Madly asked, oh my God, wait, Kentucky, have you had Derby pie? So I would think that if you were 6 months old by the time you left, you did not have Derby pie.
Yeah, no. Did not.
Right. Yeah, me too, Diz. I would love to go and get on an Alaskan cruise. That's really like I would love to get that.
That was one of the cities we lived in. Was Ketchikan.
Okay.
It's one of the stops for cruise ships. So every time a cruise ship was in like downtown
right.
of that little, because it was like on the side of an island, next
right.
to the little stretch next to Canada, all the islands and stuff.
Yeah.
And so every time the cruise ships was there, like the little island was like, oh, we're alive now. Okay.
Right.
Like all the businesses are only there for cruise, like mainly for cruise ship season and everything.
Now, how do you?
It would have been nice to have taken one from there.
Right. Do you remember how long that was? How long cruise ship season is out there? Like, was it a certain period of time? Like, they didn't.
It's like during the summer time, I think, usually, because it's somewhat warmer. I guess. Yeah. I don't know really what anybody really did. I think it was more like a stop to probably, one of the bigger cities of Alaska, I'm sure, but it was mainly just shops downtown. There wasn't really much. I mean, it's an island. It was like an island area, so you could see, like the other island across the ocean.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I went and picked up all my daughter's stuff 2 weeks ago from campus finally, because they were given the okay to come into the dorms, grab all your stuff, and you could bring it home. So they left in February, and as I was driving away from there, I was looking at like all the little stores and everything, because it's a small college town. Like, you feel bad for all these businesses because they live and breathe with the campus and that. So if they send all the kids home, they don't have the business there throughout. Yeah,
that's kind of how like OSU is right now.
Yeah.
Like basically OSU campus is dead because everybody, like, there's no students.
Who cares?
Because they're closed.
It can fall into a pit as far as I'm concerned.
Right. I don't care either, but I lived in Ohio. I don't care that much either, but I've lived in Ohio.
No, I get it.
It's like 2003.
No, it just sucks, with the way everything's gone down, this year. Not only that, me personally with the job hunting and that, which, shout out, I have an interview Friday at 3 p.m. So I hope that will go well. So we will definitely see how that goes. But yeah, yes, Hal, it is one of the flattest places ever. It is strange because literally, like, when you go from Michigan driving down Florida, you drive down I-75 and you just go right through the heart of Ohio. And it's the worst. It's the worst state to drive through just because it's nothing. When you're just driving,
Ohio?
There's nothing. Yeah.
It's pretty bad sometimes.
At least, like, when you get to, like, in Georgia's another bad one up until you get to, like, Atlanta area, because then you see, like, the metropolis and everything. But there, too, is just like, ugh. It sucks. Yeah. Oh, I didn't say skid. It's for a IT position, actual IT manager. So it's what I was doing before. So I'm very hopeful. So we will see.
Hope so too.
So what the hell was I gonna say? So, and if you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to, but you stated that you were in the hospital for a while after you were born. What happened, man? Are you,
I was just born early.
Okay, you were a preemie, huh?
Yep.
How early?
2 months.
Wow.
I think, because my parents said I was supposed to be born like September
Okay.
sometime.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you came through.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
You know.
Right.
Now I often wondered this, because I actually have a cousin who had a preemie too.
Just couldn't wait to get out, I guess, right?
You're right. I had a cousin that had a preemie baby, and he had a lot of like breathing issues and stuff. Did you have any problems when you were younger?
Breathing problems? I don't think so.
No, not breathing. Just any kind of problems at all that you had to get through.
I don't think so. Not that I've been told anyway.
Right. Miser wants to know: you're about to get into a fight. What song comes on as your soundtrack? Hungry Like the Wolf?
It could be. I could steal that one. What's that? Tiger. It's like a tiger song.
Eye of the Tiger?
Probably, yeah. Because that was one of the songs they would play during practice for like running and stuff.
Okay.
When I used to do that.
Here's a great question, actually, and I apologize that I didn't ask it already. How did you become a part of Support Force? How did you get into Support Force? Who brought you in? Did you just hear about us?
Well, that person is no longer in Support Force. But I am still. It's actually Alpaca, but
okay. I got you. Well, we appreciate the fact that you stayed on.
I may do.
Being an ambassador, what does that mean to you? Being an ambassador in Support Force.
Just kind of being an example for what we do, I guess. Trying to support people, trying to spread, get all the people into Support Force.
Right.
Like we did have a lot of. Once I finally caught up on chat today after work, I was like, oh my gosh, all these people, all these new people in one day,
Right.
I just kind of, do. I mean, obviously it's Support Force, so we're supposed to support everybody. Granted, it's hard to have 630 some.
Yeah.
Say all the people are Twitch streamers. It's kind of hard to have 633 Twitch streams on your computer at the same time. But
exactly.
I wish.
I'm just going to ask you this question about Support Force. What is one thing that you think Support Force does really well, and what's one thing that you think that they should be able to, we can improve upon?
That we do well. We do the welcoming pretty well, I think.
Right.
Every time somebody comes in, there's always pretty immediate swarm of welcome, hi,
Right.
All that stuff. I don't know, like in general, like as members or as a group.
Anything.
Yes. I don't know. I just think that sometimes I know some of the commands have been changed, but it would just be nice, like when people do. Like I tried to do it. I used to be just like a lurker supporter kind of.
Yeah.
Just for the view, to give somebody a view and stuff, but not actually, interact with people.
Mm-hmm.
Now I kind of like focus on one or two, depending on what things are going on.
Right.
I'll try to focus on like one or two streamers for that, say I'll pull up a few people, those two people, try to engage in those two streams instead of focusing, spreading support on like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
You can't really focus on 4 or 5 people that much and try to keep conversations on, what they're doing. It also helps if that streamer, is interacting with you in the process, but
right.
Same time.
And Skidmark says making a YouTube video on how to use Supforce in conjunction to that info. We got some cool stuff coming, Skidmark. Trust me on that. We got some cool stuff coming down the pipe that's going to actually help out a lot with that. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Wolf.
Like it's just because when I first, when I was first in support first, obviously I was new, not really hadn't really networked with anybody really yet and stuff. And sometimes somebody would come by, but or some people even now are just kind of like, hey, just looking, and then poof,
Right.
they're gone. It's like, well, hi, bye, I guess. I mean, you could say, hey, what's up? How are you? Blah 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 blah.
Right.
How's the game? And stay for 30 minutes. I know people are busy, but if you're gonna sit there and watch somebody, I mean, you at least, or I know I'm sure you're doing something
Right.
nearby. You can.
Well, let me ask you this: what's the one advice you can give to? Because we got a few new Support Force members in the chat right now. What's one piece of
Right.
advice you could give them, being a new member of Support Force, and how to make it work for them, like how you did for yourself?
Still trying to make it work.
You're doing a good job.
Still trying to make it work for myself. Man, I guess just kind of just like engage with everybody, like I try to do, as most of you probably see. I try to, when I'm not at work, or sometimes when I am at work, even though I'm not supposed to sometimes. But
Right.
but if you're bored, you're not doing anything. You might as well talk to some people on Support Force for a while.
Right.
I'll just try to say hi, try to engage with people just in chat, even if I don't have the time or the if I'm not on my PC. Kind of hard to watch a stream, especially when Twitch likes to be twitchy.
Right. Yeah.
Just kind of like interact with people in chat, in anything in the chat, all the chats that we do have.
Right.
That it has grown since December.
Yeah.
For me, especially. I don't even know how many members we even had in December. Like 200.
Yeah.
Probably.
I always say
it's grown a lot since then. Since I joined.
I always say it's you. I said at the beginning of this pod, and I'll keep saying it to my dying breath, is that you get out of this community what you put in. And I think what a lot of people come in because they're not used to how Support Force is, that's why it's so great, is that they're used to coming in and just dropping their link, and it's just lurk for lurk, follow for follow. You're going to follow all these people, they're going to follow you, and that's going to be the end of it. You lurk on their channel, they'll lurk with you, and life goes on. Whereas here it's different because you start talking in general chat. Yeah, you talk to people in gen chat, get to know them more. You're going to get more exposure that way, and people are going to get to know you better and want to come out and see your streams. And if they like what they see, then they're going to stick around and keep coming back. So for me, that's
hopefully they like what they see.
Yeah, and for me, that's the biggest thing is like we don't promise somebody that you're going to get 30 views. As soon as you come in, you're going to get 30 views, and that's what's going to happen. That's not what we're saying. We are giving you.
Would be nice.
Yeah, we're giving you the avenue. Well, then at that point, you're just view botting, and that's just no good. But what we do is we give you the tools that you can use to build your stream up yourself and do it, and we'll be there to support. And that's the thing. Like you said, 630 people. You can't have 630 tabs up.
Right.
I mean, there's going to be a point where we have like 100 people that are on live now, and it's going to be hard.
Crazy when the whole online people is just all green.
Yeah,
the green wall.
It's going to be tough to support every single person there, But you're going to have if you're tenacious enough and you're somebody who will put themselves out there and talk to people and get to know other people and have great conversations, then guess what? You're going to get people that are going to come to your stream. It's a fact. No, you're not going to get, 100 people, but you'll get 10, 15 people, as you talk more and people get to know you more, and that it'll start climbing up.
Right.
So it's just one of those things.
Slow process sometimes.
Yeah. And that's what I think people want to hurry up and make it a sprint. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's going to take years to build a stream up to do that. And
to build the actual legit following.
Right. Exactly.
People that you actually want to, or that actually want to see you or see what you do.
But we do have some cool stuff coming down the pipe about helping people out with streams and stuff. So trust me, it's going to be awesome. There was something else I saw here. Where Question by Marina. What is your guilty pleasure or unpopular opinion? Tread lightly with the unpopular opinion if you're going to answer that.
I mean, if it's unpopular, it's my opinion.
Right.
I don't know. Depends on what the category of those things are, I guess. Lots of opinions.
But you have a guilty pleasure that, like for me, my guilty pleasure is, if anybody knows what it is, MTV's The Challenge. I watch that religiously. It's a freaking hot mess, but I love watching it for some reason. It's just one of those things where I love watching that show. And it's like every inch of my being tells me I shouldn't like it and I should stay away from it, but I can't help it and I watch it. So that's like my guilty pleasure. And Wes, I love Michigan more than you. As you can see.
Guilty pleasure, I guess. I don't know. I guess is vegging out guilty pleasure.
No, like Marina says. Marina says her guilty pleasure is watching the Kardashians.
Jeez. I was trying to do that opinion one, but I don't know. Kind of just like life.
Well, like, here's an unpopular opinion. I think pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. I feel no vegetables belong on pizza. It should only be meat.
Meat and cheese.
Tor, shut up, Diehard.
Meat, cheese, and maybe some sauce.
Yep, exactly.
Man, Diehard, really. Let's see.
I prefer watermelon on pizza. What?
Yeah, fruit pizza, I guess.
Oh. Yeah, see? That's an unpopular opinion. I knew that was going to... That question divides the community right in half. That's just... You got one people on one side, one people on the other side. Gross pineapple. Pizza sauce on a pineapple.
Hard to say. I guess if you really... I mean, granted, I like pineapple, but, that's me. So it kind of depends on what it's with.
See, I like pineapple as a fruit, just eating it as a fruit. I love pineapple. I don't like pineapple on pizza. I don't like it. Nope. Gross, 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 gross.
That's actually hard. That's kind of a hard question. I guess trying to I mean, I could say a lot. I could say a lot about all of that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess. Well, I guess if tortillas, I could do that for what we talked. We talked about that in the server a little bit, like about tortillas, like whether they're bread or not.
Oh, so what's your stance on it?
I think they're bread.
Tortillas are bread.
Because I use them as bread. So
okay. So there's his unpopular opinion. Tortillas are bread.
They're bread. I use them.
There it is, Miser. Tortillas aren't bread. Tortillas are made out of corn, though.
What about flour tortillas?
Yeah. Yeah, flour tortillas, soft taco shells, or flour.
Exactly.
Yeah, just like bread. Crown, definitely not bread. There you go. See?
There, so it's unpopular then. All right. Question answered.
Here's another good one.
I like corn ones depending on what it's with. If it's like Taco Bell, then that's good. But yeah.
Skid mark PBJ tortilla. Done it. Don't regret it either.
So have I.
That's like saying chip is bread. Well, if chip is bread, then I eat a lot of bread. I love chips.
I mean, carbohydrate. I guess carbohydrates are bread, right?
Well, here's another unpopular opinion too. or a question that brings this stuff up. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
As just the meat part, or
Well, no, you put hot dog in a
like
bun. Is it a sandwich?
everything? Sure.
You're putting meat in between two pieces of bread, essentially, in a bun. That's two pieces of bread.
Sometimes two pieces of bread,
Yeah.
depending on how the
Right.
bun is.
But take the crown. No, it's a hot dog. Some people say it's a sandwich, though. So that's another one. Miser. Jesus, miser. Whoa, miser.
Technically a sandwich, but
oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah. Is water wet? Here we go.
Right. There you go.
Oh, my God. Is a fish tank a submarine for a fish? Oh, no. Anyway.
That's a good one, actually.
Hoagie is a sandwich, Madly. Because it's a sub sandwich. That's what a hoagie is.
Well, what I think a hoagie is, it's a sandwich and it's also a type of bread. Because they have the roll, like the hoagie.
Well, that's
hoagie
a hoagie
rolls.
roll. But if you're saying a
So then,
hoagie, a hoagie is an
thing.
actual sandwich. They'll say a hoagie roll or a hoagie bun. Yeah.
So it could just say roll though, then, right?
Yes. That's true. But usually when somebody says, "Hey, you want a hoagie?" and they're like, "Yeah, I'll take a hoagie," and that's an actual sandwich because that's everything together. So,
like a quesadilla is a sandwich.
So do we have any more questions for this fine young man here? By the way, if you haven't noticed, myself and Wolf as well supporting the Supforce merch. Somebody wants to drop that link out there. You can get some sweet Supforce merch.
Mine's kind of hard to see though.
So somebody can drop that link out there, or is it in the bottom?
Sup merch.
Is it Sup merch? It is. It is out there. If you look down the bottom in the panels, wait. You know what?
The panel's not actually active.
Nope, it is not active. Anyway, somebody can put that link out there for the Supforce merch. It'd be greatly appreciated. It's great. I love it. It's so.
I wish we did, Tyler. I wish we did a veterans discount. I'll be all over that.
What the hell just happened? 7 messages were deleted by a monitor. Stream elements timed out. Take the crown for 120 seconds. What did Crown do?
What did he do?
What the hell did Crown do, everybody? Oh, question. Dream job. Go for everyone.
For everyone?
Yeah. So what's your
probably
dream
like
job?
A astronaut or something. I think would be mine. Or was mine. Still kind of is, but astronaut or like a space equipment designer or something, because I used to be like, when I was younger, I was like draft out satellites and
Hold on one second. Panic. That's just the image for the merch panel. The link isn't active in it for some reason. So we need somebody to get the actual link for the merch and put it out there. Anyways. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, Myler, I do not want to be quarterback of the Raiders. But if you heard I said astronaut.
Okay. Dude, swear to God, I wanted to be an astronaut when I was younger, and I wanted to go to space camp so bad. I wanted to go to space camp so freaking bad. I wanted to go down to Florida and go to Cape Canaveral and go to space camp. There was a movie called Space Camp back in the day, and I watched that movie religiously because I wanted to be at space camp so bad. But if you're asking me now what my dream job would be, 1A would be full-time streamer. 1B would be professional PGA golfer. I would love to be a professional PGA golfer. I swear. Yeah, Skid, I wouldn't be able to fit in the damn space shuttle, okay? At adult space camp.
Yeah, there is a size restriction sometimes for some of those things.
And yes, Tyler, that is the movie I'm talking about from '86. I love that movie. And yes, I would love to go to adult space camp, but I wouldn't be able to fit in the damn space shuttle. I weigh too much. No way.
I used to draw like kind of draft style satellite designs and stuff too when I was a kid, when I was younger.
Nice.
But that didn't really happen. So
right.
With all the education I have, I couldn't get past certain things, and so that didn't quite pan out.
Nah, I hear ya. So, if nobody else has any more questions, we'll give you another 15 seconds to type some questions in. Otherwise, we'll wrap this thing up. And I do believe, yeah, we did talk about that, Miser. He's a Broncos fan by way of his father.
Lantern.
Who are you asking? Wolf that, Lantern?
I think everybody's Lantern's father. I think.
Yeah, both. No, remember, I think for you, you said I'm the grand. No, not for you. I'm referred to as Daddy Diehard all the time because Brose in one of the pods said that I'm a DILF. So that is what I've been crowned as. He did say, Marina, that he loves kayaking. We talked about that earlier. That he
hiking is good too.
Yeah.
I did go caving once in Tennessee. I think that was fun.
He has. No, you got a lot of daddy issues, Lantern.
You're right.
So Wolf, I believe Wolf's going to stream right after this, so we can raid his channel and bring all the viewership over to him. So I'm going to give
at least for a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to give Wolf the floor here to talk for a little bit and wrap everything up, and we'll get him on his way so he can get his stream up and going. So Wolf, please talk to the people a little bit, and we can put a bow on this thing.
Put a bow on the wolf. Just not too fancy though, right?
Right.
I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, outdoors are fun. I had my time in the outdoors with the military too, but that was enough outdoors for 5 years.
Right.
Actively 5 years. I was in the Army, Tyler. About my store. Uh-oh. I'm surprised we didn't talk about that.
What's that?
My store.
Your store? What store are you talking about?
My website store that I have.
Well, go ahead and talk about it.
So it's actually TheWolfsRealm.com. Surprisingly enough, I was able to get that.
All right.
TheWolfsRealm.com. I kind of go around, find stuff. I used to do it like drop shipping, but I kind of figured that's kind of, especially with like China having their problems lately, it's difficult to get things. So I kind of find stuff.
There you go.
Mostly wolf related things, obviously, since it's the Wolf's Realm.
Here you go, folks. Welcome to the Wolf's Realm. Check out our newest additions. So this is Wolf's store.
Some stuff. I haven't messed with stuff for a while on it, so.
Oh, I do like this yin yang wolf pendant. I like that a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah. Let's see if I know I have it somewhere.
The Lord of the Rings ring. I like the Celtic ring.
I have lots of the Lord of the Rings ring. I know it's not wolves, but why not?
Right. And there's his Instagram.
Wolves can have rings too, right?
Yeah. Wolves can have whatever the hell they want. This looks like it's a wolf tooth pendant right here. That's a Viking wolf head necklace. Wolf metal heads here, if that's what you're looking at, Crown.
You want the mug?
She wants a necklace. I think Taurus is gonna want everything here.
Taurus wants everything. I mean, that's fun.
So
gladly let's see if I actually have one of those.
So there you go, everybody. Make sure you check out his store. Lots of cool
I
stuff.
also started that before I
joined Supforce, I think, too.
Gotcha. I just feel weird with Lantern saying, "Okay, Dad." Jesus Christ.
Please want all the things, Taurus.
Yes, that'll help out Wolf immensely. So.
Yeah, right. Get rid of some of my inventory.
Right.
Pick up my room space.
Well, Wolf, I really appreciate you making time for us today and letting these great people out there get to know you a little bit better. It's been awesome to talk to you. I feel like I know you a lot better than I did before the start of this, and I want to say thank you very much for being here and making the time.
And thank you, and you're welcome.
Not a problem. So we're gonna.
I was like, when that was brought up, it's like I was next. What? Like, oh no, yeah. What do I do?
Just be yourself. That's all you have to do, man.
Right.
So, again, everybody, you guys are awesome. Make sure you check out all of Wolf's socials. They're all been linked in there. I'm sure people will throw them back up again. I put his store out there. Make sure you check him out. Follow, like, all of his stuff. He's a great guy. You got to know him today. He is awesome, and I hope that you will get out there and show him the love that I know you guys can. So in true Diehard fashion, why did it do that? Jesus Christ, it read the wrong one. Just remember, everybody, that happiness is a state of mind, peace, love, and financial security to all. If you're going to have sex, wear a condom, help control the pet population, have your pets spayed or neutered, and remember, as always, stay blessed. Have a great night, everybody. Woo-hoo. Awesome job, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, you can feel free to drop out. Go get your stream going. You got 3 minutes.
It's a speed stream. Alright, I guess I'll leave this.
You did a great job, though, man.
I still have to fix some stuff to not have to. I always have to go back to my alert things and like always set it to be an active one.
Everything changes.
Weird. Yeah, it was fun. Went by pretty quick.
It was.
Pretty quick, actually.
There we go. There's all Taurus putting up your Twitch.
Oh, Panda missed it.
All right, no, dude, hop out, get your shit ready.
Right, see ya.
Life.
Remember, everybody, stick around. We are going to raid Wolf's stream. We might play another song after this, but just to give him time. It's okay, Banda. You could always rewatch it on the YouTube channel when it comes up tomorrow or Friday. I don't remember. It's either tomorrow or Friday it'll be up. Hell yeah, brose. You guys are all awesome out there. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting this guy. Really, really appreciate it. That's why we do it, is to get information out there for all of you. You all are awesome. Yeah, Crown, I'm recording it from OBS, so I'll be uploading it right directly after this. This episode was brought to you by Support Force. Guests on Support Force Live receive 2,500 experience points. Remember, hashtag support the support.